I created a budget starting with revenue. How much revenue are we targeting to have? And then from there, we'll use that revenue to pay our employees, do some advertising and marketing, pay our expenses, and stay with a positive net income so that we can continue to grow the business. Welcome to Osage Financial. If you're a student, we hope you find the information in this episode valuable to you. If you're a company looking for accountants, click the link below. We'll be in touch with you as soon as possible. Today's episode, the power of consistency. If you clicked on this episode, you've likely read books about consistency. You've watched many videos about consistency. You've heard many speeches about the power of consistency. Our episode today is episode 11. For 11 episodes, we have been consistent in the vision that we set forth for ourselves. At the end of 2025, we sat down with our marketing team and we decided it's very important that we put out the message about who we are, what we do, and what we really love to do, and spread that knowledge about accounting, spread the knowledge about motivation, spread the knowledge about philosophy, about a lot of different things to engage people and let the people know we love what we do and we hope that the information is valuable to them. Every time we start the episode, we'll let it be known that if you're a student of life, a student of education, a student of anything, when you're watching this episode, we hope you find the information valuable to you. Everyone learns all the way through their lifetime. We're all students of something. We also put the message out to companies. If they're a company looking for an accountant, click the link below and be in touch with us. That way they know, hey, we're available to be working with you, to be able to see your vision and help your vision become real. We have been consistent, at the very least, in making 11 episodes because we set forth ourselves a goal to do what it is that we want to do. And we're consistently on that goal. We're consistently on that path. I was talking to one of my family members yesterday and they told me a story. And I thought this story was so interesting. I wanted to preach it out to whoever might run across this episode today. It's an allegory. An allegory is a picture that's painted, a story that's painted, a narrative that's painted to convey a certain message. Most people might know the allegory of the cave. If you don't, definitely look it up. It's a very important, very interesting story about the philosophy of life, about someone coming to a vision, someone learning something new, bringing it back, and then going through the course of providing new knowledge. We provide new knowledge, hopefully in a way that's simplistic to whoever's watching it, in a way that's usable to whoever's watching the knowledge that we have. So the allegory says, every one of our body parts that we use to function for the most part is a forward-looking body part. My eyes are looking forward. My nose is looking forward. My hands, for the most part, function forward. Every one of my body parts faces forward. There's very few body parts that face backwards. And the ones that face backwards either excrete something after we've put it in forward. And I thought, that's very interesting. Most of the things that we do are forward-looking. Some people live in the past. However, they must be forward-looking. Everything that we don't normally walk backwards, we'll normally walk moving forward. Your brain, the structure of your brain is a forward-looking brain. In life, and to achieve the power of consistency, you must consistently be looking forward. You may look backwards for what happened in the past and use that information to structure your way to the future. You may look back in the past as learning lessons for what worked in the past and continue to do that. However, just look forward. God created us as forward-looking beings. When God created the world in 7 days, he had a forward-looking plan. When God made Eve, he had a forward-looking plan. When you click this video with a forward-looking plan to watch this video all the way through. So please like and subscribe. Now, I remember also when I was planning about how to do everything that we're doing now, and I set in December of 2025, and I created a budget for our business, Osage Financial. I created a budget starting with revenue. How much revenue are we targeting to have? And then from there, we use that revenue to pay our employees, do some advertising and marketing, pay our expenses, and stay with a positive net income so that we can continue to grow the business. We're in a capitalist world, and capital has the power to make things happen. Capital has the power to make visions happen. Capital has the power to make dreams become reality. I had to be forward-looking and consistent in that path. I had to think, what is it that we would like to achieve? And what are the consistent steps that we have to take to reach that goal? Consistency is a very, very strong effect. When I used to go to the gym, very much almost every day, 5 a.m. in the morning or 8 p.m. at night, the strongest people, or the strongest looking people, all right, you could be strong without looking strong. The strongest looking people had something very much in common with each other. They were consistent in what it is they were doing. Some may say, well, they use performance enhancing drugs, whatever it is that they use. That's outside of the fact. What's in the fact is the strongest looking people were consistent in their fitness journey. They worked out consistently. They maintained a consistent diet. The things that they did were structured to meet their ultimate goal, and they were consistent toward that path of their ultimate goal. Some people carry jugs of water with them throughout the gym. Even after the gym, when they go home, when they go to work, when they go to school, they'll carry the water with them to keep their body with enough water in their system, hydrated with enough water in their system. They were consistent in that path, and that path was outwardly visible, right? Something that was internally created in their mind to follow a fitness journey became outwardly visible when they were consistent in their path. Take this into your business. What is it that you do in your business? What are the results that you want out of your business? What's your goal? What's your ultimate goal? What's the campus? What's the direction you're going towards? Do you have a budget that you're working as a framework for your business? We have a budget that we created, right? December of 2025, we finalized our budget, and we're working through that budget. We're working through those goals. This is episode 11 of Osage Financial, us talking to you guys, spreading our message to the world. We're consistent with that. We created that. We thought about it. And now it's outwardly visible. What was once in our minds is now outwardly visible. What is your goal? If you're consistent in that goal, I guarantee you the chances of success are significantly high for you. The same family member that I was talking to that gave us the allegory of how our body parts are forward looking told me a story about how there's a guy in Dallas that started a dealership with one of his buddies. This dealership became one of the top dealership in the Metroplex, serving high-end customers with high-end vehicles. They added a third partner in their business, and they continued to grow their business significantly. From 1997 to when the business was sold, the business became $1 billion business. The reason for their success was a singular word: consistency. They knew what it is that they were doing. They knew what vision that they wanted to go ahead and put out into the world, and they stayed consistent with that vision. Now, you can be consistently a failure, or you can be consistently a success. It's important that you choose exactly what you're doing, focus on what creates success, and then compound on that consistency, compound on that success. They sold 2 vehicles. Those 2 vehicles became 4 vehicles. Those 4 vehicles became 40 vehicles. Those 40 vehicles became 400 vehicles. You get the message. They were consistent. They were consistently successful. They were consistently following their mission and their vision, and they ended up growing a small dealership into $1 billion business. I believe in the power of consistency. Consistency allows us to put into the real world what was once in our imagination. If you believe the story of the founding of the United States, you believe that people left England, came to America on the Mayflower. They had a vision of where it is they were going to the New World. They heard stories about it. Hey, look, there's a new world ripe with opportunity. Go out there and take what you can take, what you can hold on to as yours. They left for religious freedom, economic freedom, whatever freedoms that they felt they didn't have, came all the way to America, took the land and made it their own land. And now we're here. Most people that watch our videos are in America. Now we're here, living in a beautiful country. All that started from the people having a vision of what it is that they wanted to do, and they made that vision real. Now we're living in that reality that was created hundreds of years ago. You can take the same consistency in your individual life, in your individual business, in your individual family, in your individual journey, compound on that success, and you'll reach your goal. The power of consistency. I love the power of consistency so much that I think about it all the time when I'm planning my week on a Sunday or on a Monday morning, and I'm visualizing how the week will go. I'm visualizing how we'll service our clients. I'm visualizing the communication I will have with our team members in marketing, in accounting. I'm visualizing everything that will make real throughout that week, throughout that month, throughout that quarter, and throughout 2026. The founding fathers came all the way to the United States, or were born in the United States, and created this nation that we now enjoy, that we now live in. They were consistent in their vision. Think about the forethought that went into creating the Declaration of Independence, to creating the Constitution, to creating the Bill of Rights. We still use them today in 2026. Likely we'll use them 30, 40, 50 years into the future. They had a vision, consistent in their vision, and they made that vision real. And now we are the lived reality of that vision. Something important about consistency is that consistency compounds. Like I said earlier, failure compounds if you're consistently a failure. Success compounds if you're consistently a success. If you're in business, and you know exactly what it is that you do, you know your niche. You have the 5 key revenue drivers. If you watched episode 10 or episode 9, we spoke about revenue. We spoke about how to understand your profit and loss. If you know your 5 key revenue drivers, you know what your customer wants. The most important thing that you probably already realized is if you're going to sell something to a customer, a product or service to a customer, 2 things are going to happen. It's going to be a no or a yes. The customer is going to want your product or not want your product. The customer is going to not want your service or want your service. Once you key in on that, you can go ahead and realize the consistency of those that say yes to your product, those that say yes to your service, and you're consistently serving those people well. Just like the dealership I mentioned that started in 1997 and ended up as a $1 billion corporation, you can start exactly where you are and compound your business to the success that you want to grow to. You can compound your business to the goals that you want to take your business to. You can compound your vision to exactly where you see it going. That is through the power of consistency. That is through consistently following your vision. Take your losses, make them into lessons. Take your losses, make them into wins, and consistently succeed. Consistently see yourself waking up every morning, motivating yourself and reaching your goals. Thank you for watching episode 11 of us here at Osage Financial. We hope and trust you found this information valuable to you. And we look forward to speaking with you soon.